Yo, what's up guys? Alex here, and what we're going to do in this video is we're going to look for some profitable betting opportunities. So I'm in Virginia. I don't have a ton of sportsbooks available to me, but we can see there are some line discrepancies out there. First half, last team to score, Saints minus 125, Giants plus 126 on Fanduel. So that's one line discrepancy, but we can look around, see if there's anything else that we find interesting. And here we can see one. So in the Dallas Cowboys versus Carolina Panthers game, Panthers have looked really good. I mean, so have the Cowboys, but you can get Carolina Panthers plus 7.5, minus 160 odds on Fanduel. Now, Pinnacle, the sharpest bookmaker in the world, it's an offshore sportsbook, has the odds Panthers plus 7.5, minus 188 shown here. In Dallas Cowboys, minus 7.5, plus 162. So if we go to Pinnacle and we go to the Panthers game, we can just pull it up. Again, Pinnacle, arbitrage-friendly bookmaker, sharpest bookmaker out there. And we can see they have plus 7.5, minus 188, minus 7.5, plus 162. Right? So the sharpest sportsbook out there is telling you, hey, Panthers plus 7.5 should be minus 188, and we can get some value on this minus 160. So we can actually click on this, and we can go to Panthers plus 7.5. You can see BetMGM has it minus 189, DraftKings minus 195, FoxBet minus 182. Like, there's clearly some value on this FanDuel minus 160. So what we'll do is we'll pull it up on FanDuel. So you go to alternate spread. Again, you want to move quickly to get in on the best betting opportunity. So we see Carolina Panthers at Cowboys. We'll get some NFL sweat on. Let's see how much they let me bet. They're only going to let me bet 200. So I'll place that bet. I'll place my bet on Carolina Panthers plus 7.5, minus 160 odds. So we have one bet placed. Now, what we can do is we'll go back to the arbitrage page. And what exactly was Pinnacle's market? So minus 188 plus 162. So with juice, Pinnacle is giving you minus 188 on Panthers plus 7.5 and Cowboys minus 7.5 plus 162. So their market is minus 188 plus 162. So if we remove the juice from Pinnacle, if you remove the VIG from Pinnacle, essentially the fair odds, once you remove the juice, are minus 171.03 plus 171.03. So in other words, Carolina Panthers plus 7.5 would be fair, minus 171. Dallas Cowboys minus 7.5 would be fair, plus 171. That is a zero hold market or a market with no VIG, right? Sportsbooks, they all make money by charging the juice, by charging the VIG. So what you want to do when you're trying to figure out if a bet is good or not is you want to remove the juice. You want to remove the VIG with a no VIG fair odds calculator and say, okay, given that this is Pinnacle's market, the market of the sharpest sportsbook in the world, what is a fair price on Carolina Panthers plus 7.5? And we see it's minus 171, which makes us feel really good about our bet because we got minus 160. Right? So when arbitrage exists, we can see this is an arb. If I had a Pinnacle account and I had a FanDuel account, I could place bets on both sides and make a risk-free profit. So you know that that's a financial market inefficiency, right? Arbitrage exists. You can place bets on two sportsbooks and earn a risk-free return. So you know there has to be a profitable betting opportunity here. And what we see is this minus 160 is the profitable bet. It's literally an arb to Pinnacle, the sharpest bookmaker out there. So that is a bet we want action on. So our first bet placed, again, we now have some Panther sweat, which I'm a pretty big fan of in the Panthers at Cowboys game. I've been looking for a place to get some Panthers action. So we'll look through, see if there's anything else that's interesting. I don't have Sugar House and Twin Spires currently in Virginia, so I'm just skipping over those. But you can see there are some good betting opportunities. Also, FoxBet is not in the state of Virginia. But you can see there's a lot of line discrepancies for both NFL and college football. These lines are always moving. You never know when the best betting opportunities are going to occur. So you kind of just want to, check as much as possible. No one knows when there's going to be a change in the weather forecast that affects the total points market. No one knows when a player is going to get injured and money lines and spreads are going to start to move around, as well as props. So this really isn't something where you can go in on Sunday and be like, okay, I'm going to place a bunch of bets on the NFL just to have my sweat for Sunday. Like, you should be betting the entire week as you find good value odds. It's not something, like, I didn't go into that specific game saying, hey, I want to bet the Panthers plus 7.5. I placed a bet on it, at minus 160 odds because it was a good price. Every other bookmaker in Pinnacle was closer to minus 190, and we're able to get minus 160. So there's clearly some value in that. So another one we see is the Los Angeles Chargers versus Las Vegas Raiders game. First quarter total points, over 10, under 10. So we can do the same thing, and we can go to Pinnacle, and we can look up what the first quarter total points market is, because we can see it wasn't on OddsJam. So if we go to first quarter total points, we can see that Pinnacle has over 10 points, minus 107, under 10 points, minus 107, right? So Pinnacle has this minus 107, minus 107. So we can get plus 105 on DraftKings, which clearly seems like a pretty good bet. So if we go to the Novig Fair Odds calculator, minus 107 for over 10, under 10 on Pinnacle right here. First quarter total points. So according to Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook in the world, like, both bets are equally likely to happen. You're getting the same odds on over 10 and under 10. So according to Pinnacle, these both should be 50% right to happen. If exactly 10 points are scored, of course, it's a push. You get your money back on Fanduel, you get your money back on DraftKings. But essentially, minus 107 means that over 10 and under 10 should both be plus 100 fair odds. And we can get plus 105 on DraftKings. Like, we're getting better odds on the over, which is fair odds, plus 100, than, so we're getting better odds on the over than the fair odds. Like, we're getting plus 105, and what's fair is plus 100. So if we go here, what we can actually do is we can just go to Chargers first quarter total points, over 10 plus 105. And the Pinnacle zero vig line is plus 100. So our win rate is 50%, our loss rate is 50%. Again, if there's 10 points, you get your money back. It's a push. But the probability our bet wins or loses, what is the fair price, is plus 100. And on DraftKings, we're getting plus 105. So if we go to DraftKings, if we go to quarters, and we'll go to the Chargers game, and you can see over 10 points plus 105. So over 10 points plus 105. This is fair odds plus 100. So we're getting better than the fair price according to the sharpest sportsbook out there, Pinnacle, right? So that is a profitable bet. So what we can do is we can place some money on it. And let's just place some money on it. So we'll bet it. The bet is under review. So we'll let it remain under review. And what we'll also do, so we bet $12.50 on it. So we're betting at plus 105 odds. So our profit if we win is $12.50 times 1.05, right? Our profit if we win is $1312.5 if the game has over 10 first quarter total points. Just $12.50 staked at plus 105 odds. So we can see my bet has been placed, which is pretty cool. So they took my bet. My bet's placed. I feel pretty good about that. So what we're going to do now is, so minus 107 is just do out the math a bit. So we'll move this a little lower. We'll move this a little lower. So our win percentage is 50%. Our loss percentage is 50%. But we're getting plus 105 odds, which is better than the break-even price of plus 100 odds. So what we're going to do is we're going to find out the expected value of our bet. So we win $1312.50 in profit, which is $12.50 staked at plus 105 odds if we win. And according to Pinnacle, the sharpest bookmaker out there, we're winning this bet 50% of the time. And then the other 50% of the time, we're losing $12.50. So our expected profit is simply our fair win percentage times our profit if we win minus our loss percentage times the amount we're staking. So how much we lose if we lose. So we can see The expected profit of this bet is 31.25, which is simply a profit margin of 2.5%, which should make sense. So we have a profit margin of 2.5% on this bet. So that's the second bet we'll place today. So we have another bet on the Chargers-Raiders game. And we can see if there's anything else interesting. I'm actually going to, it's okay. You can turn on and off player props in OddsJam. So if you want to see player props, you just hit that player props button, you save it. And now we can see, some home run arbs, some Trevor Lawrence interception arbs, who's not looked too great. So we'll turn off player props again. I personally don't like to bet player props. And what we're going to do is we're going to look around, see if there's anything else that's interesting. A lot of these are on Sugar House, so we already bet this. I feel good about that one. Panthers plus 7.5, minus 160. And you can see there's not a ton more out there unless you have a lot of these other bookmakers available to you, but I don't right now. So we can also check the OddsJam plus EV page. So this plus EV page, the positive expected value betting page, essentially does exactly what we saw here. It calculates this percentage for you, right? It calculates your profit margin, assuming Pinnacle's market, the market from the sharpest bookmaker out there, is correct, right? So what we can actually do is you can kind of look around and you can see if there's anything you like Colts minus 2.5, plus 145. Pinnacle's only giving you plus 132. So maybe there's some value in the Dolphins versus Colts game. So I'm just taking a peek, but doesn't look like there's anything super enticing. I mean, Dolphins-Colts game, first half total points, this plus 110 on Fanduel is an arb to basically everything. So there's clearly some value on Miami Dolphins versus Indianapolis Colts, first half total points over 21. That's a good betting opportunity. And we can see there's a bunch of college football, but a lot of it is on Twin Spires and Sugar House, which I don't have available to me. So I think we'll call it a day at that video. So our bets are Panthers at Cowboys. We have some sweat on the Panthers plus 7.5, which I feel pretty good about. And then in the Chargers game, we have bet the over 10 first quarter total points. So an alternate market, an alternate line in sports betting. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have questions about what sportsbooks you should be getting in your location, you can obviously reach out to us at any time, and we'd be happy to send you a list of all the bookmakers available in your specific location. Again, just hunt for good betting opportunities. Be ruthless about it. They pop up all the time, every day. News is always entering the sports betting ecosystem, injuries, weather changes, all sorts of things that cause lines to start to move. And if you're a sharp bettor and if you're on the lookout, you can spot a lot of good betting opportunities. So thanks so much for your time and have a great rest of your day. Bye.